Hey Mikey, Curtis here. I wanted to make a video with a quick review of what we talked about in our lesson. The first thing we talked about was tuning your ukulele. And the order of the strings, the top string is a G, the second string is a C, third string is an E, last string, bottom string, is an A. So when you look at your little tuner, when you play that top string, it should say a G. Now, if it's tuned too low, it might say F sharp. Or if it's tuned really too low, it might even say E. And that means you got to tighten it up. To get it back to that G sound. If it's tuned too high, it might say G sharp, or it might even say A. And then you have to turn it looser to get it back to that G. Same thing for all the other strings. This is the C string. If it's too high, it might say C sharp, or it might say D. And then you have to tune it lower. And if it's too low, it might say B, or B flat, or even A. And then you have to tune it higher or tighter to get it to sound like a C. Same thing with the E string. If it's too high, it might say F. If it's too low, it might say D. And you have to adjust it accordingly. And the A string. If it's too high, it might say B. If it's too low, it might say G. And when it's just right, it'll say A. And the light will turn green on your tuner. So practice tuning your ukulele. The other thing we talked about was we were beginning to learn just a couple notes on the second string and on the third string. I think this was in pages 7 and 8 in your book. So on the second string, it's your C string. But when you put your finger down on the second fret, let's see if you can see that there. When you put your finger down on the second fret, that changes the note from a C to a D, C to a D. And there was some music that you could read that alternates back and forth, playing the C, maybe 2 times, and then the D 2 times. Again, that's all on page 7. Just follow along with it. And then we learned 3 notes on the E string. We learned the E, which is no fingers at all fretting. Then first fret is an F, and third fret is a G. E, F, G. So 0 fret is the E, 1 first fret is the F, and 3 third fret is the G. So we learned all of those notes on pages 7 and 8. The other thing that we learned, Mikey, we learned 2 chords. We learned a C chord, which is if you put your third finger, you could use your second finger, it doesn't really matter. As long as you're pressing the third fret of your bottom string, and then you strum across all 4 strings, you will get a C chord. And the other chord that we learned, it's very similar, except instead of putting a finger on the bottom string, you're going to put a finger on the top string, on the second fret. And that is an A minor chord. And here's the C chord again. And that, what I just played there, is the strumming pattern that I want you to begin working on. Strumming is just a sequence of up and down strokes. The key to strumming is to keep that hand moving all the time. So it's great to start with maybe just playing some down strokes. So right now I'm only hitting the strings on my down strokes. But then I can add the upstrokes to it, and it'll sound like this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Here's just downs again. Alright, now I'm going to add the upstrokes. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And now just the downs. And now I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to do 4 downstrokes, and then I'm going to do 4 more sets of downs and ups. So it's going to go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1, change it up even one more time. And I'm going to do just 2 downstrokes and then 2 groups of down, ups. So it goes like this. 1, 2, here we go. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. The key, you'll probably notice in the video that my hand just keeps on moving. It never stops. Never stops moving. Just sometimes I hit the strings and sometimes I don't. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. All right, that is it. That's our review. Have fun with that. And I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. And we'll learn some more stuff. All right, Mikey, we'll see you later.